In this video, I'm going to tell you all of my packing tips for your yoga teacher training in Rishikesh, India. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so that you're notified when I release videos every Sunday about yoga, sustainability, and wellness. I received my yoga teacher training in October of 2018 in Rishikesh, India at Drishti Yoga School, and I've been teaching yoga ever since. So I want to help you on your journey to getting your certification and tell you everything that I know. So the first thing is, of course, you will need yoga clothes. So to help you know how much you should pack, see if you can get your schedule. Usually you can find that on the school's website, and contact them about if or how often you can do your laundry. So I wanted to make sure, because my school did offer a laundry service, but it wasn't an immediate return on your clothes, that I had enough clothes to last me through my yoga classes, just in case I didn't want to go ahead and hand wash things myself or have to scramble and make sure I had something clean to wear. I actually did end up hand washing quite a few of my own clothes, which is something I learned to do in the Peace Corps anyways, so it wasn't such a big deal for me. But it was nice to know that I had enough clothes every week so that on Sunday on our break we could go ahead and get them washed before we began our next week. So that means I brought 6 leggings and 6 yoga bras / tops. So just a hint, I buy all of my workout clothes secondhand. I have a couple of things from really sustainable companies like the Girlfriend Collective, although it's kind of expensive, well made of course, but don't worry about getting the most perfect outfits for your yoga teacher training. It's really not about that. I also packed my travel coffee press. I take this on all of my trips, even my yoga teacher training. I abstained from any alcohol and ate the vegan diet, which was what was provided by our school, but I did indulge in my 1 cup of coffee every single day because I enjoy it. It's part of my routine, and 1 cup a day really wasn't very much, so I always like to bring my coffee press just in case, just so I don't have to worry about it. I can just make it myself. In the mornings, we had a giant jug of water that dispensed hot and cold water, so we could refill our water bottles, which is another thing you should bring. I asked my school if water would be available, and we have a hot water dispenser in our school, so every morning I would just put my own coffee that I brought from home in and French press my coffee, and so I got to enjoy that every single morning. You can also get coffee at the local shops, but of course when you have really early morning class, that's not really a thing that you can do during the week before class or in the morning time really. So if you want to abstain from caffeine for the month, great, more power to you. There's lots of water, other things you can drink, but yeah, if you are a coffee drinker like me and you enjoy it and you want to keep that in your life, I recommend a travel press for anything, anytime you go anywhere. Do you have something that you bring with you no matter where you go? Let me know down in the comments and we can all share our travel essential. You may also be wondering about bringing any yoga equipment. I personally chose not to really bring anything, including a mat, because the school said that they provided all of that for us. And they did. They had their own mats and blocks, straps, blankets, anything that we needed. And even when we went on excursions, we would just bring those mats with us. So they were available, and there was really no need to bring mine. And as much as I like my yoga mat, I like saving space in my suitcase even more. So I personally didn't bring those things. A lot of people did, but I don't know that many people really use them. The next important thing for me to bring was a set of white clothes that were suitable for a ceremony. So for your opening and closing ceremonies, we wear white clothing for these fire ceremonies that are supposed to welcome us. And you can of course buy something there if you wish. However, because the opening ceremony is pretty much the first day that everyone is there, you don't have a lot of time to go running around the market and trying to find something. So I recommend just bringing something. I brought a long white skirt and just a plain white t-shirt that I could wear with a scarf or with jewelry, and it was appropriate and modest and white. I went to Rishikesh in October, so that's the time when it was still quite warm during the day. At night the temperature would drop, but later towards November, towards the end of the month, it was quite cold sometimes. So definitely bring layers. I only brought 1 sweatshirt, but I think you could get away with bringing a couple of sweatshirts depending on what time you go. Just make sure you check the weather because it can definitely change throughout the year. In Rishikesh, you are in the mountains. You will also take some excursions possibly. So depending on what those are, you might want to bring some extra layers just so that you're nice and warm. If I'd had this when I was going, I would have brought this puffer jacket. It's packable, it's very lightweight but extremely warm, and I got it secondhand on Poshmark. Bring a bathing suit. It's another one of those things that I always bring no matter what, because you never know when you're going to find a pool or an opportunity to use it. So I say just bring one. We did go whitewater rafting. At that point it was quite cold, so wearing my bathing suit wasn't really a big deal, although we did get wet. So just consider that. I like to bring mine anyways. Medicines. You always should bring some medicine when you go anywhere. Anytime you go to a new country, there's new bacteria and foods and things that can affect how you're feeling. So especially when you're going to be practicing yoga 6 days a week, you just want to make sure that you have all of your basics. So I bring a little first aid kit with some Neosporin, some Band-Aids, just some general things, plus all my vitamins, Advil, antidiarrheals, those are very important, and just general things like that. So if you have a minor illness or anything, cut, scrape, you can kind of just take care of it yourself. I did get a little bit sick when I was there. I think it was just a cold. I had a little bit of a fever and I was just feeling like bleh, but everyone was really, really nice. My teachers offered to take me to the doctor if I wasn't feeling well, and they were great. Everyone took care of each other. So I would recommend purchasing traveler's insurance, just in case, especially with COVID, if you're going to be traveling then, but in general, it's always a good idea if you're going to be in one place for a significant amount of time. I recommend bringing some earplugs. So you don't exactly know what your sleeping situation is going to be if you've never been there. If you're going to have roommates and you're going to share a room and a sleeping space, you might want to bring some earplugs. When we were there, we actually ended up having some construction some nights near our room, so it was really nice to have the earplugs just in case. And it's just kind of a helpful thing on the plane or anywhere else you might go. Bring a journal. There's going to be lots of things. Our meditation classes in particular for me led to a lot of personal thoughts, and you're going to be somewhere for a month, so you might want to journal, or you may just want to start journaling at this experience. It's nice to have something you can just write your personal thoughts and feelings in. And you also want to bring a notebook of sorts for your notes. So for your theory classes, anytime you want to write something down that pertains to your yoga classes, not so much your personal, bring something that really works for you, or you also have the option of buying something there. My school actually provided one for us, but if you have a preference, go ahead and bring your pens, notebooks, whatever it is you like for school. Bring your water bottle, okay? There's no excuse to really leave the house anymore without bringing your water bottle, because you're probably gonna get thirsty. Hydration's really important, especially when you're exercising. So bring your water. Like I said, my school had a water dispenser. We could fill up our water bottles like every day, every morning. So definitely bring that on the plane with you. Stay hydrated. It's really, really important. Bring some non-yoga clothes that you like, that you think you look cute in, or just want to walk around town in, because you are going to have some free time. You will be able to go into town on your lunch breaks, or in the evenings, or on your free Sundays. So make sure you bring some clothes that are just you like, that you want to wear, and maybe you look cute in them so that you can take some photos. Which brings me to my next point. Bring your camera, bring your phone chargers, bring all your things. Definitely bring a converter. And in our room in particular, we did not have electricity or internet fully all the time, or at its best quality. So just be prepared for that. Bring all your usual stuff, and just, yeah, make sure that you have insurance for those items as well. That's really helpful sometimes if you're going to be there for a month. Electronics need a little extra TLC, so just to make sure that they're protected and you have all their cases and everything you need to remember the experience. When it comes to food, you will probably have enough that you won't need any extra snacks or anything like that. Something that I did bring, but I didn't necessarily need, was a little bit of protein powder. So I brought my vegan protein powder. Sometimes I took it with me for breakfast and added it to my oatmeal in the morning, which is just nice if you like a little bit of extra protein like me. But there are lots and lots of options, lots and lots of health food stores there, so you really don't need to worry about bringing your chia seeds or all your things. You can absolutely buy those things at the store in Rishikesh. Bring a little backpack or a tote bag for your excursions or your walks into town, so that you have the option to bring your notebooks or your water bottles or whatever it is that you want to bring. I like to have those little purses if I'm just going somewhere as well, just like a little crossbody purse for my wallet, but it is nice to have the option to kind of pack your stuff so you can go study for your exams at a nice little tea shop or something. So bring something that you know, other than your big giant suitcase to put your stuff in. I would bring some American cash or whatever cash you have so that you can get some money out or exchange it at the airport. I can't say it's the best rate that you're going to get, but we did have some issues. There are ATMs available, but if they don't have money or they don't have the best rate, just make sure that you have some options. And I always like to bring a little bit of cash with me just in case, because if there's an issue, you just don't want to be without any options when it comes to paying for things. So check with your cards, make sure you call your bank and you let them know that you're traveling so they don't cancel or flag your account, and just make sure that you have some backups. My yoga teacher training experience was absolutely wonderful. I loved being in Rishikesh for a whole month and exploring. I wish I'd explored even more. So I hope this video helps you if you're on your way or thinking about it, and maybe join me for a yoga class sometime. I will leave the link down below to join me on Moxie. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my content every week. And in the meantime, you can watch some of my videos about yoga, sustainability, and wellness. I hope to see you again very, very soon.